Hey guys, I want to bring you guys my first video of the How to Nuke series. A lot of people have been asking me to bring this to them, and I wasn't really sure how I wanted to go about it, but we're going to give it a go. My biggest problem I'm foreseeing with this series is that I think there's going to be a lot for me to go over, and that's just going to make it so I'm going to be doing like a lot of rambling, and it's really hard for me to tell you guys how to get a nuke in a quick 15 or 30 seconds. It's going to take me a lot of videos. I think what I'm going to do first is start off with basic things, general ideas, and then break it down into more specific things like, for instance, flags on maps. The first thing I want to cover, because I think it's most important, is learning spawns, or at least the ideas of the spawns. And this video right here that you guys are watching in the background, the gameplay, is actually pretty good to show you guys the ideas of the spawns. I'm actually going to turn the volume down on this, and hopefully you guys can hear me better this way. Sorry about that. New amateur YouTuber here. But either way, on this video, you'll be able to see a lot of cluster spawns that go on at B and a little bit here, and that is what you guys have to understand, is that there's a ton of cluster spawns that go down. This is going to be happening somewhere else on the map a lot of the time as well than where you're at, but you have to be ready for when they're cluster spawning by you, because you can pick up like a quick 5 to 6 kills right off their spawns, which is like huge for going on streaks. Right now, there's a point in time where I say, oh, I can't find where they're spawning at, and they're spawning somewhere else for a cluster, and then once they finally start spawning one area, they'll keep spawning on their teammate that's there. I believe that what happens is if they select the flag, they still squad spawn on somebody that's down there. So even though they're not specifically squad spawning, because that person's probably not even on their squad, the game says, hey, this person's already here, he picked a spawn point, let's squad spawn them on this guy because, you know, that's just where they're at. So if there's still one person in that area, they'll keep squad spawning there. Like right there was still one guy down there, so somebody else spawned, they spawn there again. There's going to be more people spawning in that area. And this obviously gets started somewhere with a spawn system, which is basically going to be determined by where your teammates are and where their teammates are. So if they have teammates that are on, let's just say, the right side of the flag here, they're going to spawn again on the right side of the flag. If your teammates are there, though, they're probably blocking spawns, so they won't be spawning there unless they already have teammates in that area. Teammates can block spawns pretty easily on this game, actually, but since the maps are so big, it's kind of hard to understand where they're going to be spawning at because of that. But hopefully that makes sense to you guys for that portion. If you guys have questions about it, just let me know, and I'll try to elaborate more. That part of it, I feel like it's fairly straightforward. Like I said, it's just cluster spawns, which is what you're really looking for, which is what's shown in this video. The thing that is a little bit more confusing is to try to figure out where they're going to be spawning at. Like, so I'm saying that they're spawning there in a cluster because they're spawning at B, but why are they selecting B? B is the furthest away flag from their headquarters, which is where usually people want to be at, because it means that that's where all the action is going on. Right now they only have B, so the only places they can spawn are B, headquarters, and squad spawns. So really they can spawn anywhere on the map, but the majority of people that are just spawning into the game that aren't squad spawning are spawning at B. So they're just sitting there on their death menu just spamming X on B. Don't forget that just because of the fact that they're most likely all going to be spawning at B, that doesn't mean they all have to be spawning at B. They could be spawning on. There could be a squad sitting on top of a crane, etc. You don't know, so you don't want to just be like, oh, well, they should be spawning B, and just like completely forget about the rest of the map. This is just the idea of where they should be spawning. So with that being said, you have to try to analyze what flags they have. For instance, on this map, if they have, if their home flag is E and they have E, C, and D, they're most likely going to be spawning C and D together. But if you're on Krovnik, since C is in the middle and not really on the side, they're all going to be spawning C in that same scenario. Again, you just have to kind of think where you're going to be wanting to spawn if you're on if you're in that position. On this map, C and D are kind of next to each other. They're kind of like, you know, even in a way. Same thing again with kind of, if it's B and C on this map, they're most likely going to spawn C more than B because it's further away. That's just the way that it goes. Another thing to think about is where they can spawn at, by the way, before I forget about it, is the APC as well. And then other maps as well. Quarry, if they have B, C, and D, since those are all kind of in the middle again, they can spawn at really any of those. C is pretty popular. Again, I don't want to go into like specific details of where they are going to be spawning at because that needs to be like a map-specific thing down the road. But Quarry, C, and D are B, C, and D are all really common, and they're kind of interchangeable where they could spawn at for those ones. And then on Krovnik, like I already explained, if they do have C, that's probably going to be their most common spawn, unless they have flip spawns. So that's the other thing you got to consider as well, is if they have A, if their home flag is A, and they have A, E, and D, they're probably going to be spawning primarily E and D, but they might be working their way back towards the home flag. If you cap their home flag, they spawn headquarters a lot. like I said, guys, there's a lot to this, and this is probably getting confusing. But I guess I'm making this series for people that are more serious about learning how to do it. What I'm saying is all what I'm actually trying to say. It's not me not knowing what I'm talking about or being confused. This is just the way it is. It's a ton of rambling, and there's just so many different scenarios you have to consider. So hopefully you have to put yourself in their shoes and see where they're going to be spawning at that. If you cap their home flag, they're probably going to spawn at headquarters and try to get the flag back, because if you cap their home flag, that means there's enemies at the home flag. So people are going to be going towards the home flag to try to, kill people that are there. So either way, guys, that's the idea of the spawn system. If you guys want to know information about this, let me know. I can try to make another video. But there's the old Nuke we dropped. I will definitely be giving you guys more content for this series, and I've got a lot more that I want to bring out. This is probably going to be like a 25, 30 plus video series. So if you guys want me to do more, please leave me some feedback, show me some support on this video, and I'll make sure I do that for you guys. Okie dokie. Plenty of time for a double, but I didn't kill myself. Like, you need to die after your first one. Thank you guys for all the emotes. Appreciate yous.